Hi, my name's Ethan Lawrence.
This is Jesse Leach from Killswitch Engage.
Hi, I'm Scotty Wartooth.
Hi, my name's Sean Smith.
Hi, my name is Hawk Tuah.
This is Ryan McCombs from the band Soil.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Raging Cajun Lash LaRue.
Hey, this is Peter Tägtgren from Pain, Hypocrisy, blah, blah, blah. You know all that shit, and you're listening to Chronicle Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 137th edition of the Chronicles of Podcast. And these right here are the Chronicles of Peter Tägtgren. It is I, Jamie, and joining me as always this week is this handsome fella right here.
It's Tom. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for having me back. I really appreciate it every single time. But no one indicates for Waitrose, darling. Hit it!
Ladies and gentlemen, this week we're bringing you a very special guest. He could possibly be the hardest working and busiest man in metal today, fronting the iconic Hypocrisy for over 30 years and Pain for just under 30 years. Here to talk all about Pain's latest album, I Am, and much more. A man whose music caused a friend of mine to get incredibly drunk and hurl abuse at Eurovision this year. Anyway, boys and girls, put your hands together as we bring you the Chronicles of Peter Tägtgren. I've butchered that surname.
Should I go like this? Thank you, guys. I forgot my hat. Thank you guys for those words.
Put me out of my misery. How do I pronounce the surname? I know I got that wrong.
Don't worry. Tägtgren.
Tägtgren. There we go.
It should be easiest. Wait.
Perfect.
You can also call me Bert if you want. That's okay.
Bert.
Oh,
I see. Sorry, it's been a long day here. Right? Can we not?
All right, sorry.
Yes, that's all good. Hence, my gullible face just went. Okay.
Yeah. Call me anything as long as I get some dough.
How's your personal day been anyway, Peter? Have you had a good day today?
Well, I've been having a fucking killing headache, but
no way.
It's passing slowly. So it's one of those fucking weird weathers, where you can feel the pressure, kind of thing. And but it's getting blue sky. No, it's gray again. Wait, you'll see it soon. It will pass over. It's gonna be gray again. Well, enough of me. How are you?
Yeah. Good. Very fucking tired, but good. We love this shit. So it's been a very long day of work, and then getting to come and do this is just beautiful. So, and talking to wonderful humans like yourself.
Oh, thank you. Oh wow.
But
all right,
Peter, take us all the way back. Before we talk about Pain and your wonderful career, we'd like to go all the way back to the start. What did you want to be when you were growing up? Your days of young master self.
I wanted to be a rock star. God damn it. Really, I was brought up on Sweet Slade, Gary Glitter Band, you name it all. The early 70s glam stuff, because my brother was 5 years older than me, and that was pretty much the coolest thing those days, Of course, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and Beatles, of course, Mom and Dad was real big Beatles fans, so... and also her brothers. So, I mean, I kind of grew up with a lot of 50s and 60s stuff, Mom and Dad was cruisers when they were younger, playing a lot of rockabilly and things like that. Also her brothers. So it was a lot of music, put it that way, when I grew up. So, and I'm very thankful for that because I think my brain became a jukebox now, So I know every fucking song, from up to the, I don't know, 90s or something like that. But I think it's only good to listen to all kinds of stuff because it's widen your, what do you say, fantasy of when you're writing, you expand a little bit ideas and things like that. And you usually always probably fall into the older stuff, without even knowing it, because it's kind of what shaped me up, so to speak. So I think it's good to have a lot of influences and things like that. You couldn't say that in the 90s when you were in the extreme death metal bands. They were all slipping out. But so we did some controversial thing on Abducted, and we put on 2 songs that I wrote. Was actually the first attempt to be to a Pain album, you know. It's Slipping Away and Drain. No, not Drain. Yeah, whatever. You know, these 2 slow songs at the end and people flipping out. And now you go out on your digital platforms, it's one of the most listened songs, you know. So it's kind of weird how it is.
It's funny, like you're saying how your parents listen to music all the time. You have to find the kids that either go like, you know what, Mom and Dad, that music is amazing and I'm with you. Or they go, Mom and Dad, you've made me listen to this. I'm going to rebel. I'm going to be a hip hop fan. Get lost.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it is like that, you know. But not for me. I really enjoyed the music, and I was a rebel anyway, in different kind of forms. I mean, my mom was on her knees every week crying and asking me to stop doing crazy shit in school, you know. And every week the teacher called and complained and shit, and at the end she was just so fed up with it, and she just said like, call me when he does something good, and then she hung up. Wow. That's how bad it was, you know. But I would tell you, the music saved my life, I would say, because yeah, as you can hear, I was kind of wild when I was a kid. When I got the drums when I was, I don't know, 10 or 12 or whatever, you know, I got all my energy out of that. So I actually kind of slowed down with madness and things, you know. Anything from burning cars, crashing windows, stealing in the local stores, and you don't want to know. So yeah, music really got me calm, put it that way.
That's amazing. It's funny you say that, because we did an interview yesterday with a organization. They promote that heavy metal music can help with mental health, calming people down and things like that. And for you to say that music turned your life around, that's really amazing. It sort of proves their point, really.
Yeah, really. I mean, because even since I could crawl, you know, I always stared at the radio and said la la and pointed at it. My mom said, you know, there was something about music that really got me hypnotized, so to speak. So I mean, yeah, from growing up for 10 years, just eating all kinds of music and things like that, and starting playing myself, and eventually starting to try to write music and things like that, you know, it changed for the more positive, I would say.
So at what point did you go from like loving music to actually wanting to play it like as a profession?
And that's what I mean. That's when I was 5, 6 years old. That's when I wanted to do it.
That's
also
amazing.
In school, you know, in the yeah, you know, in the when we were like 7 up to like 14, 15, when you already started in school bands and things like that, you know, that was in my mind, you know, to play music. I don't think this if I say rock star, it doesn't mean like you know, I want to drink champagne and you know, bang a bunch of women. It just meant you wanted to be on stage, you know, and with your guitar or drums or whatever. That's how I saw a rock star in those days. So that was me. Whatever was around it, I didn't really know until I got older. So yeah, you could probably say that I would like to be a musician, put it that way then, you know, without even knowing what was going on behind the scenes.
You totally, literally, you mentioned there how you started with the drums, but how many instruments? How many instruments do you play now?
I don't know, a few, but not well, so it doesn't matter.
I don't know about that.
You know, I believe I mean, drums I haven't touched for, I don't know, 10 years, since my son is doing it now. I don't have to do it anymore. So, but yeah, my point is I see myself more like a songwriter. I can't sing for shit either, even if my life depended on it. But that's the way it is. Some people are born to sing. Some people are born to fucking play guitar or whatever. You know, I feel I was born to write music.
That's interesting.
It's not so interesting. It's just the fact.
It's funny though, because you say like you're a songwriter, you know, you never wanted to do this sort of stuff, but you're out there, like you're a singer in 2 bands. Like, come on.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Hypocrisy, I guess I can say I do okay with my vocals, but Pain is still a learning process, and then it probably will be until I'm in a wooden coffin.
I mean, the Pain started, what, 1996, 7?
96 it started,
96.
actually. I think I even recorded the album 96, if I wasn't... Yeah, I think so.
Obviously, you had 4 records out with Hypocrisy by then. What made you want to start a solo project?
It was basically after 3 Hypocrisy albums. I wanted to broaden my way of writing music. That's why I wrote these 2 Pink Floydish kind of songs.
Yeah.
Because, I just wanted to start, seeing what else I could do. But I didn't want to, what do you say, pollute Hypocrisy with weird stuff, even though we put these 2 songs on there on 96. But my point was just to get familiar with keyboards, synthesizers, and those days samplers and things like that, computers. Whoa, 386, holy moly, what a cool thing. I don't know how many of those I threw in the wall, actually, to be honest, because you had to sync them together with this tape player, roller tape, 16 tracks, and it always jumped out, and it was so frustrating. And so yeah, a few of those just went into the wall and then in the trash can. But you always had zip discs, so you tried to save all the MIDI things. So it was a challenge. Plus, I didn't know how to make cool sounds out of keyboards. I grew up with my dad making Moog machines, synthesizers, and stuff like that. Also in the 70s, he's not a musician himself. He's more he's more a genius when it comes to anything from computers to electronic stuff, sitting there with his cards and soldering and things into these small fucking things and shit. And so I was brought up on that as well. So I started listening to Goa trance in the mid-90s, and that really blew my mind, because the key, I mean, the lead sounds were so aggressive, and it sounded so freaking cool. And also, there were 7-8 minutes long journeys, and still they didn't feel like that, because you had up stuff, and then you came down, cooled down, and then you came back up, and that fascinated me so much. I really wanted to try to do it myself, but like I said, I didn't know how, and I had shitty sounds, so I started adding guitars on top of it. And that's really how Pain came about.
So it wasn't like you wanted to be like down the industrial metal type route. It was just like sort of by accident almost.
Yeah, the only band I knew that was kind of industrial was Fear Factory, because we toured with them in '93. Other than that, I had no clue, to be honest. Nowadays, of course, you understand, like Ministry, the Croops, and things like that was the pioneers, but I didn't. I was in death metal, I didn't give a shit about any keyboard stuff like that. So I kind of missed it, but I still had some time nowadays to understand where things coming from and so on. So it's cool.
It's funny, like you're saying there, that with like Pain was you flexing your muscles, trying new things, because you've had other side projects aside from Hypocrisy as well, like Lock Up, The Abyss, War, the Lindemann record you did. Is that more of the same? Like, I just want to try something new.
I mean, when it was the Abyss thing, we grew up on Venom, and a lot of cool stuff from the beginning of the 80s. So we had a lot of black metal in us. So since I was a better drummer than Lars, I jumped over to do black metal stuff while he was riffing on the guitars instead. So, and Michael started singing, So, I mean, we just had so much ideas in our minds. It was the same thing there. We didn't want to destroy Hypocrisy's kind of style. So we had to ventilate somewhere else. And that became the Abyss kind of thing, But War was just, I think that was, also, I wanted to play drums, and I think Black Moon and it was in the studio with something, I don't know, and they wanted to do something, you know, and I said, sure, if it's primitive and stuff, you know, like the old-fashioned black metal shit, you know, let's do it, you know. I'll just put on my drums. Michael was recording the stuff, I think, you know, and then boom, that was a War album. So I mean, all these things and Shane called me up. He's like, hey, you want to sing a little bit, you know, kind of hardcore kind of stuff? And I was like, sure. And he told me who was all in the band. I was like, yeah, let's do it. So him and Nick came over to my studio and we put down the vocals and that was it. And it's the same thing with Bloodbath. I think it was Dan who asked me if I could sing on one album, and I didn't even know what it was. And I was like, is it good? And he explained the whole background and things. And he said, like, yeah, we're trying to do like old-fashioned Dismember and Tomb kind of stuff, you know, just having fun and do, you know, really simplistic kind of death metal stuff. And I was like, okay. Because Michael couldn't do it. I think he was busy with Opeth or something like that. I can't remember why. So I just drove the car for 2 hours down to the studio, and they gave me the lyrics and we listened to the song, and I think I did like half of the song the first day and then the other half the next day. And that was it. I went home. So now that's history too. So I mean, yeah, what can you say? I mean, with Lindemann, me and Till was friends for like 15-20 years before we started, actually, you know, not 10-15 years, I can't remember, when they were doing Mutter album. We became acquainted, and we always said, hey, let's do something together. And then 2013 he invited me to a festival they played here in Sweden, and he said, now I'm gonna have 2 years break, let's make something. So that's also the thing, you know. I looked at him and I was like, yeah. I got inspired by looking at him, and he was the same. So, you know, the songs just came boom, 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 boom. There was, you know, no brain surgery there, you know. It's just looking at him, and I just knew what I should do. And it was the same thing with Joel Linton. So,
yeah. It does seem to be a lot of, Peter, you're busy. Now, boy, want to join in on this? Okay.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's like that, you know. It was the same thing. I said, I'm not going to, you know, produce any more bands like 10-15 years ago, because I wanted to go out more and you know, do tours and things like that. So 5 years ago, yeah. And then Jeff called me from Possessed. Hey, you want to come to LA and record the new Possessed album? I was like, shit, yeah, I'll when? So I'm not a man with his words anywhere. And anyhow, you know, sometimes you know, when it comes, you know.
Absolutely. So going back to talking about Pain for a moment there. We keep calling it a band, but apart from the live aspect, Pain is all done by yourself. Is that right?
Yeah, except my son. He was in on 2 songs as well, and he helped me produce a little bit on this one. So Sebastian wrote Don't Wake the Dead and Revolution. I did the lyrics and the vocals, of course, but other than that, he did those 2 songs, you know, from start to the end.
Oh, wow.
I may have put like a couple of guitars on top of something, but, you know, it was his sounds and his ideas. So, yeah. Other than that, I kind of did it myself. Of course, I found an old song that I thought was released, but it showed up. It wasn't released, so I brushed it off, and that was My Angel with Cecile that we did like 10 years ago or something like that. I thought it was out on iTunes. And Anna, my manager, she's like, what song is this? I was like, oh, it's the song that we did like 10 years ago over a weekend. Just a really fast thing. It should be on iTunes. And she's like, no, it's not. Yeah, but it should. Nope. Okay, so we asked Nuclear Blast, where is that song? What song? Yeah, there should be a song called My Angel on there that was on iTunes only, you know. And they're like, nope, it's not there. Okay. So I asked her, is it okay if I, you know, kind of clean it up a little bit and let's release it? I think it's a cool song. I mean, I'm a big fan of 90s Euro shit, you know. And she said, sure, but I don't want no fuss. And I said, don't worry about it. And so here we are. So other than that, yeah.
So how come you wanted to do this all on your own and not get a band involved?
Because it's about producing and learning how to write and produce. So for me, this is a very important development, or whatever you want to say, adventure, because that's what it is, really. Just to have free hands and just go bananas.
Love it. So it's like quite a personal project to you then, I take it, like lyrically and that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the whole idea behind this was to develop as a producer and a songwriter. I mean, I did Death and Black and a little bit of power metal stuff recording, but I wanted to get into the computer stuff, I wanted to develop as a producer, to be able to make these sounds or whatever, not about really about get the best mix in the world, because that's for the mixer guy. Normal people, they have a mixer guy, but yeah, I do everything, and that's why sometimes it fucks up. So it's all about developing as a songwriter and producer. That's why
I love that. I love that it's just you working things out, learning new skills, and going, want to listen to it? It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, I'm definitely the most painful judge first before I let someone, listen to it and things. So at least I get my ideas out, and then I have to form everything into what I had in mind from the beginning. And nowadays it's much easier than it was for the 3-4 first Pain albums. It was still kind of struggle to get good sounds, like keyboards and things and finesses and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a long road, and everybody comes up with new things all the time. So you really got to get in there if you want to, be updated, so to speak. So sometimes, I go back to 80s, pop, like the Posh, music for the masses, when they started doing massive drugs and getting dark, when they got good. You know what I mean? No, but I mean, just they became really dark in some way, and that was really cool, I think, and that's one of the reasons why I did go with the flow, because it also has this very 80s analog kind of sound to it. And so, the biggest problem was I didn't think how I was gonna sing on this shit, because it's so naked. It's just like snare bass drum and a bass synth, and me as a death metal singer, how the fuck do you sing on that? So it took me a while to figure it out, what could fit and what could not fit, because I don't know what my voice is, because I always try different things. So yeah, you do a couple of lines, and then you listen to it, and it's like, let's try it in this kind of way. And you try that, and it's like, it's still not there, And then when you finally get it, it can take a while. But when you finally get it, okay, then you wait till tomorrow, and you turn it on again, and you listen to it. If you don't do faces, then it's good.
If you don't do faces.
You start to wrinkle your nose, or your eyebrows is going up, or you start touching your forehead or chin, then it feels honest, and then I'll buy it,
We're always our own worst critic, Peter. We're always our own worst critic, no matter what we do.
Yeah. That's true. And you can't lie to yourself, you're going that was good, man. The higher the hand comes up in your face, the worse it is, At the end, you're just going,
But I Am was released on May 17th, a couple of weeks back now. Has it been well received?
I think it's been pretty mixed. In the past, it was always nice reviews and things like that. Yeah, but that doesn't do it. Nowadays, it's getting more how can you say, more sour, which is good, because you want to hear what people say, what they think and stuff. And sometimes you take it in if you agree, or you go like, oh, I didn't think about that. But I think also then people pay attention.
Yes.
When they start coming like 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Before it was like 9, 9.5. But I think they just like, yeah, it's Peter here. But now, you know, people start really get into it so they can criticize it, which I think is really good. That means that they care.
Yeah, absolutely. And it also means you can go, like you said, oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe in the next time I could change this.
Yeah.
Or maybe next time I could make this sound more like this or whatever. So that, you know, whether people are going like just sucking your dick the entire time, being like, Peter, yeah, hooray, like the song's amazing.
Yeah. So I think that's more important. Honesty, you know, that's great because everybody learns from that if they don't get it before, you know.
Yeah.
That's obviously the last album before that, Coming Home, was 2016. 8 years between albums. How come such a long gap? Was that intentional or just sort of what happened?
Well,
you were busy?
I was in coma for 7 years. So yeah, and then I woke up.
Oh, well, that's good.
No, I was busy. I had Lindemann, I had Jolene Turner, I had Hypocrisy, you know, and yeah, all these things in the air. So 8 years just went boom. Like, holy shit. You know? But it's true, you know, I released a lot of albums for the last 10 years, but not with Pain, unfortunately. You know, I've been constantly writing and stuff. So yeah, but now it's going to be easier because now it's only Pain and Hypocrisy in my mind. So I think fair is to say, like, every second year you should release, you know, something from each of the bands. Maybe Pain don't even need to release an album. Maybe it's more like these gay single bands, you know. I don't know. I have no clue. But Hypocrisy definitely always should do albums. Maybe we'll throw out a couple of songs I had the year before or year before, you know, to let people know we're awake, like I did with Party in My Head and shit. So
did the pandemic kind of like chill you out a bit? You had time to sit back and go, fucking hell, that was a mental kind of 30 years or so. That's
yeah. No, actually it was Anna who said, like, hey, you better feed your pain heads with some music because in September you're gonna release the new Hypocrisy album. You'll be very busy with that. And I was like, oh shit, you're right. So I had to come up with something, and that was Party in My Head, and that was at the same time as the pandemic in 2001, like in February, March.
Yeah.
So I started writing that song, and I mean, lyric wise, it was a piece of cake. You just have to look around, and then you knew exactly what to write, you know. And my friend said, like, hey, why don't you write a song that's called Party in My Head? I was like, Party in My Pants, I know, but Party in My Head, fuck yeah, that's a brilliant idea. So I just started to think about it, you know. And so lyrics was probably done before the song itself, kind of in my head. And yeah, it takes a while to write a song. And I had Gimme Shelter laying around because I like to play that song in the original version, but me, and sit and do some blues stuff, you know, with the guitar and chill. And then so I had to give it like I don't know, I had to feed the song a little of steroids and hot rod it into Pain version kind of thing, you know. So after that, it was like, I don't know, it was before the summer, and I was like, fuck, okay, maybe I should start thinking about doing a Pain album now. So I listened back to Coming Home, and although I mean it's a good album and everything, but it's I kind of figured out how to get the Bowie out of me, you know. In some songs, which I'm proud of, but it's very sleepy. After I listened through it, I was like, okay, first song I wrote was Push the Pusher because of that, you know. I wanted more aggressive, I wanted more distortion, I wanted more, whatever you want to call it, danceable or whatever, you know, you can feel the groove, so to speak. I wanted more, energy in there. So that was the only thing I had in mind here, you know, a lot of distortion and more energy. So I just started writing.
Love it. So we just spoke about Party in My Head then. Like that song has hit some crazy numbers. I had a quick look on Spotify earlier. It's 36 million streams.
Yeah.
But what is it about this song that just hit?
I don't know.
Like,
I have no fucking clue. If I knew that, I would fucking, I don't know, win a Grammy. No, I don't win a Grammy. Don't get me wrong. No, the Nobel Prize in chemistry or something. I have no clue why some songs hits better than other songs. I don't know. Maybe people could get into the lyrics first of all, because we were all trapped in this BS fucking propaganda thing going on, and I don't know. There are some melodies that people can get. You know, you can even get them in the Eurovision contest if you want.
It's weird you say that, because part of my head is the reason my friend was hurling abuse at the TV, like I mentioned in the intro. Because I believe it's Croatia. They had an artist called Baby Lasagna, and the chorus to that song is a hell of a lot like the chorus to Party in My Head. And
so they say. But
you've heard this before.
But I think it's cool. I should be proud of that. You know, I mean, I don't get offended. So, I'm going to sue you. What's the fucking point? You know, isn't it great that it gets a little bit more heavier than average shit that's on that fucking program?
Absolutely.
You know? So I'm happy, you know. I don't care.
I think it's great.
Cool. Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
I'm loving the fact you've actually heard that comparison before. Like,
oh man, we did a really funny thing on my Instagram. You have to check it out later, and then you will understand. Just scroll down till you see me eating dinner.
Okay.
You will find something. And I mean, you know, we got this like a month before people start going, "Oh, Croatia stole your song. Croatia stole your song." It's like, what song? You know, nobody really was saying it. It was sounding like Party in My Head, and which country. It's like, and I was like, okay, fuck it, I don't give a shit. And then, you know, it got closer and closer to the final, I guess, and then people really going crazy and writing, and you know, everybody's like, oh man, it's scandal. I was just like, hey, this is the best fucking promotion ever. What are you talking about, you dumb fuck? You know, you should be proud. And I guess someone said that he actually listened to Pain or something like that. So, I mean, I'm proud. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people voting, and he became the second guy. But I'm not saying this melody and the whoa is the reason for it. It's just, I guess it's just the whole concept that it's a little heavier and people are tired of the same shit, you know?
Yeah. And they're both great songs. So.
No. Obviously, I don't know. But, yeah.
But
crazy.
Talking about the album, is there any particular songs off the album that you're like really extra proud of that stand out to you?
Maybe more in sound wise. You know, I don't think the same as I guess listeners or fans, because this song has such a good kick. You know, that's me. So that song is good now. It doesn't matter if it's bad, but the kick is good, you know. So I really like Not For Sale, because the intro is pretty different from being me. I always compare myself with me when I write. You know, if I do something new, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel and say, oh, I invented this or that. It's more to trigger myself to develop. As I always said, that's the fucking key for me to keep on going. So I like that song because it doesn't really sound like anything that I tried before. Also, of course, go with the flow, but you know, the chorus is as pain as you can get, I guess. But before that, you know, all these things that are a little bit different, I really enjoy. And especially Sebastian's song "Don't Wake the Dead." I think it's unbelievable. It's like I don't know, Depeche Mode on acid kind of feeling to it, you know. But yeah, it's very epic song. I really like it. So maybe his song is my favorite, I think.
Not For Sale is one of my favorites. I love the fact you got to suck my balls in there twice.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's a true story, man.
Okay.
It is. Yeah, it is. Went to a dinner, I don't know how many years ago, in Stockholm to meet up a record company, me and a guy. So there was two guys from a record company, and this CEO or whatever you call it, he got more and more drunk, and he started to insult me more and more the more drunk he got. So I almost wanted to punch his lights out, to be honest.
Yeah.
And anyhow, I got a little drunk after a while, but and then we went back to the hotel, and we were gonna say bye because they were gonna fly and things like that. And he was begging on his knees, then, "Oh, please, we can't go home without a signed contract, and please sign with us." And I actually pulled out my pants and I pulled out my fucking balls and told him to suck my balls. And then I went to my room and went to bed. So it's true. There's witnesses, trust me.
We're not worthy, Peter, but it's not worthy.
No, but it's true. So I mean, the first verse is a little bit about that, and then of course, then I started to come up with a little bit more things, So it's like through the first half maybe, and then the second half is more, what do I follow up with this? So I came up with some more stuff, but suck my balls, Mr. Garrison.
Superb. That's fucking incredible. That's one of my favorite stories I've ever heard in my life.
So,
and also, I just dropped by. The opening track to the record is phenomenal. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
The way that it comes and just punches straight in the dick. Here we go. We're off. And I think that's absolutely excellent. But do you struggle with like track listings on where to put stuff on the album, that sort of thing? Like that should go here, that should go there, etc.
Yeah. No, not really. I don't know. Maybe I got stuck in the wheel, but I like to start with the fast song. I don't know why. Either that or it's got to be insanely epic somehow. I don't know. But for me, it feels like, because I have to prove myself a little bit for my people fans as well, because they don't like Pain, and I don't want them to like Pain. That's why I have Pain, so I don't destroy hypocrisy and the opposite. So it's always cool to get in some growls in there and things. And I know Pain fans maybe go, "What was that? Did he burp?" Because with Pain, it's a very different crowd. Of course, there's some hypocrisy fans to check out what the fuck I'm doing, either. Yeah. And there's someone who likes both bands. And then the rest of it, we were sitting one day when we were on tour, like, who the hell is Pain fans? So we started looking when we were standing there playing, and also the crew. And afterwards, the resume of the whole gig was couples and girls.
Okay.
Which I would say, not a bad thing, man.
No.
Because where the girls are, where do you think the guys want to go?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But that was, I would say, Pain fans is not, who wear the shirts or look in a certain way. We have some Gothic fans. We have some more metal fans. And we also have average Joe, that... dresses normal and so on. So it's very wide, which I think is cool as well.
I love that. I'm just out of interest, like, what do the guys in Hypocrisy think of the music you do with Pain? Are they fans?
Not necessarily, I think. I'm sure they think it's good that I do that with Pain and not with Hypocrisy. I mean, Michael, he was recording with me when I was laying down the drums on the first Pain album, because I couldn't run back and forth. Because then I had to pull down the tape so far back, so I got the chance, because it was kind of far away from drum room to the control room. So Michael was sitting and punching me in and out on the whole first album. So he's been with me on the whole ride somehow anyhow. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. And Elof and Hendrik, I don't know. I know what kind of music they like, but I don't think the Pain category is in there somewhere. I know Elof is a real, disco guy, even though he looks like this and, lift weights and shit. But he's totally into that shit. So, yeah, you never know.
You've got some festival shows coming up, and then a big European tour coming October and January of next year. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, always. I mean, I look more forward to tours than festivals because usually something fucks up with the technical shit or you're having a bad day. It's never a good day on festivals. I don't know why. It's always better on in venues and stuff like that for me. I don't know, but it's cool, to boost your ego and look out of the sea of people and think you're God and things, and then you go home to nothing again. So it's I guess it's a little boost, but I prefer to have the audience very close though.
Mm. Do you like change your set list up depending on a festival show or an actual Pain, venue tour?
Yeah, I mean, when you go on tour, you either just release a new album, you want to put in a few more songs of the new album in there, maybe 4 or 5, max 5, then it gets boring. I know myself when I go to watch band. But on festivals, you want to hear songs that you know. Yeah. That's the most important thing, I would say, to have a good time. And Pain is really a party band, it should get you in a good mood. And so live on festivals, sometimes this weekend we did Sweden Rock. They were kind of slow. It was like 1:15 during the day on Saturday on the big stage. And they were recovering from the day before, the day before, and the day before. You have 3 days before it's Saturday on gigs.
Yeah.
So, but they were there. They stayed. They didn't throw anything, and they were happy. That's the most thing. And sometimes they go totally insane. So you never know what you get on festivals. But when you do your tours, your headline tours and things, you things are much easier, both with technical stuff and all that stuff. Since, like I told you, I'm not a singer, so if anything fucks up, it distracts me totally, and I totally sing out of key more than normal and things like that. So it's good when you have everything going good and your self-confidence is on top, because then you sing better also. Yeah. And so it's a little gambling, and you can't say, but you have good crews. Yeah, I know, but sometimes shit just happens. You never know what's gonna happen. So but I enjoy both, but I prefer venues.
It'd be good to have you in the UK in January.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we need to come back because not so many people know about it. Us, we started in October. That was like a hello, we're back kind of tour. That's why we did it. So we definitely need to come back. Again and again and again.
And again and again and again. And again.
Yeah, until people hate us. No, but the only way to work a country is actually go there more often, Yeah. And you have to really, do your best, and that people can understand you're doing your best to give them good shows and things. So then I'm sure they will appreciate it. Then come back and maybe bring some friends.
Obviously, you've had such an incredible career. We've not really touched on it, so I do want to briefly mention, as you mentioned earlier, you've had an incredible career working as a producer, working with huge bands like Dimmu Borgir, Children of Bodom, Sabaton, Immortal, so many more of these incredible bands. Yeah. How did you get involved in that side of music in the first place?
I guess when I moved back from America, I was there for 3 years on and off because of the visa stuff. You couldn't stay there all the time, so you had to go a little bit back and forth. I would say when I got back home, my friend had a studio in the basement, and he actually bought the old music store that we all went to when we were younger, just to keep it alive in this small town that we live in. Not my town, but the city, or whatever you want to call it. And so I started helping him recording demo bands, and then I also did my own demos where I got signed on with Nuclear Blast. And I guess we did first Penetralia, and then we did Osculum, and then bands started to ask if they also could record with. So that's a little bit how it started, you do a good job for one band, or different from what was at that time. It was more sound, and a few more things. But yeah, I always missed the bass in all the death metal bands that was releasing in the 80s and things, except if they had a break in here and then back again and it was gone. So I wanted more. I wanted more, push, in the speaker, both with kicks and things like that. So that's really how I tried to clean it up. And I started to getting black metal bands to use 5-string space, so they could go even lower. You can get more fucking bottom ends in the things, and so on. So I mean, I tried to make better sound. That was all I was doing. And then if people say, "Oh, you destroyed black metal, you cleaned it up," yeah, I'm sorry, my Porta studio broke down. So I mean, there's good and bads with that thing. These bands who came to my studio, they wanted their bass to be noticeable, or guitars or keyboards or whatever. They wanted it as good as possible. They didn't want to go Darkthrone. Darkthrone should sound like Darkthrone, I think, also. So it's unique and it's perfect. So all the other bands, they were trying to find their own sounds. So yeah, that was the story of my life. And then it just went on, and then at the end I had no more recipes for bass and guitars, vocals and drums and keyboards. It was out, and I felt like, okay, it's time to close down, because it was so intensive. Now I wouldn't mind doing maybe one band per year, because then you can just go full throttle into it. But when you have, like, as soon as I'm done with mixing, the other band is already in their bedroom and the other guys are leaving. So it was really intense, and you didn't even think about what you were doing. It was just, got to make a good sound for the guys. Don't want to fuck them over. That was the only thing I had in mind. I don't want them to I don't want to waste their money and time. I wanted to give them as good as possible. That was all there was in my mind all the time, and try to push them to play better, and so on. And it was not really like normal commercial producer that cuts up their songs and say, "Oh, you play one time instead of 2 times or 4 times or whatever." This is totally different genre. Here you play until it doesn't make sense anymore, and then you change. Kind of, you need sometimes you need to play the riff many times just to get into this kind of a journey kind of thing. If it's a black metal song that goes super fast, really sad or whatever, so I mean, you have to consider that shit. Nowadays, with Pain, I just cut everything, so it's like boom, 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 boom. But that's more, to make it more interesting with that kind of music. I wouldn't want to do that with death metal or black metal.
It's crazy. You don't realize just how much thought goes into these things when you just listen to it. It's mad. Yeah,
I know. It's kind of strange. And I always look back at Beatles because it's my heroes, and how they recorded and how they were writing, and just they were also experimenting with 4 channels, and that's it. And if you listen to some songs, before they had 8 channels, it's like unbelievable. How the fuck did they do it? That's fascinating.
But obviously, because you've been doing this for so long now, the advancement of technology in music, with producing and with Pain as well, obviously doing all the keyboards and everything else, like, how was the advancement in music tech impacted your work as a producer and as and with Pain?
Well, it helped me a lot with Pain. A lot of plugins, keyboards. In the past, I was buying keyboards after keyboards after keyboard. I had walls with fucking keyboards, and every time I bought a new keyboard, I wrote maybe 2 or 3 songs that was end up on an album, because I got so influenced by new sound. I was like, oh my God, oh cool. And then, it started doing melodies on there, and then it was like, oh, wow. And today is a little bit like that with the plugins as well. You wanted to have this keyboard, but it's impossible to get nowadays. Well, someone figured out how to make it 99% the same, put it that way. But I mean, today you have a lot of digital keyboards that have a lot of punch in it. So it's, technologies went very far. So it all depends what you want, If you want to sound like an 80s band, well, then maybe you should use 80s stuff. I mean, like with compressors and microphones and, you know, more vintage if you want to go back to 70s and 60s and stuff like that. But usually the vintage stuff is better than today's stuff anyhow. I think, you know, like an old good compressor or a preamp or a nice, I don't know, Telefunken or Neumann microphone will blow anything away sometimes, you know.
I suppose it's because obviously things are so advanced now. Like those were designed for one specific job, whereas now you can do fucking anything.
Yeah, that's what I call them, you know, those productions that sounds the same. It's the laptop productions, you know. Everybody used the same snare or the bass drum or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I mean, people see them as tools, so they pull them in and they know it sounds good in the mix because the other bands are using this and that. You know, it's easier to come up to professional level. So I understand why you do that, and you want to sound good. So whatever it takes, and that's your laptop that helping you and saving money instead of going to a major studio. You know, nowadays you just buy a decent laptop for $1,000, put in some programs and get some plugs, either cracked ones or you buy it or whatever, you know. You can still do amazing shit with your laptop.
It's crazy, isn't it? How the world has just grown and grown again. It's scary to think where we might be in the future. You'll think an idea and it's just there.
Yeah, I wish 20 years ago, but yeah. No, yeah, you know, with AI, you know, people are flipping out on that now because they started realizing we're going to see Terminator 1 and 2 again. You know, but in real life, you know. So, hey, if you see a mushroom cloud over there, duck, motherfucker, you'll be talking out of your ass. So, you know, it's kind of serious shit. It is, because if the computer decides that we are the bad people, you know, everything is connected, you know, with army stuff and you name it, whatever. Yeah. So that could turn very ugly very fast also. Yeah. So I'm glad I'm very old. Soon I will sleep forever. So no, I really feel sorry for the world. I know my parents always told me like, oh, it was so much better when we were kids and blah, blah, blah. And now I'm going the same shit with my son, you know. It was much better when I was a kid, I think, you know. Today, you don't even dare to go out without getting stabbed by some fucking lunatic. Yeah. It's, time changed, and the kids, it's fucking tough today. Yeah. It's really fucking tough. It's nothing compared to what I had.
And I mean, kids obviously have access to everything as well now when they're just on their phones. Yeah. You know, they could literally look at anything, they could see anything now. Yeah. You know, social media is obviously doing the same thing again, making people, but their life's great. Why is my life not like, you know, why they look like that? Why do I look like that?
Yeah, and they get very depressed, and you know, they really get in some kind of, I don't know what we should call it, science fiction, but it's not. You know, it's just stupid people posting things, and unfortunately the kids wants to be like them. Yeah. And that's the fact. But you know, I think, you know, we're getting smarter and smarter, and hopefully we can teach our kids also, you know, don't believe everything you read or hear or see. It's not as good as you think it is. There's always a backside for everybody. Nobody's forever happy. Everybody's depressed. Everybody's sad. Everybody's angry. But, you know, you don't show it. But everybody has this feeling in there because there's so much chaos in the world. Yeah. So I hope it will change and people get more, I sound like Ringo Starr now, but more loving, you know?
Fingers crossed.
It's true, right, man. Though. You're right. If everybody just smiled for one day, you know, when you meet somebody instead of looking at your phone, and that's what I'm thinking about in the new norm as well. You know, you stuck there, you don't give a shit. If someone gets stabbed, ooh, camera.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Somebody call the police. I'm busy with my phone. I'm gonna see when he's dying. So oh, it's bleeding now. Guys, come and look at, he's bleeding.
So true.
It is. So I kind of wrote a song about that, and that's what I call the new norm.
I did love that track. I wrote that down as well.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. It is crazy. Crazy world.
Totally.
But we've spent a lot of today talking about Pain and obviously, but I feel like if fans are going to hear this and they're going to be like, "Why haven't you asked him about Hypocrisy?" So I feel like we probably should ask.
Of course.
Is there things for the fans to look forward to in regards to Hypocrisy? Are there things on the way?
Yeah. I mean, both me and Michael are starting to write now. I actually wrote something pretty fast after I was done with the Pain album. And also wrote another Pain song, of course. But yeah, definitely my focus will be more to get either one done before the other. But usually I would like to go like left, right, left, right, left, right. Put it that way, for the fans' sake. Because like I said, not everybody loves Hypocrisy. Not everybody loves Pain of the fans, so to speak, So they all needs to get fed. That's important.
So before we start bringing this to a close today, I did want to ask if people are listening to this and like, I like the sound of this guy, I'm going to go check out some of his music. What's like a few songs from your back catalogue from either like, any of the projects you've worked on, really, you're like extra proud of that you think really show what you're capable of doing?
Well, I don't think that those are among the popular songs, so maybe I should just take what works. I'm an honest dick, so that's how it is. Just look at the clicks and if it works or not, I would say. Unfortunately, I mean, I, of course, I'm proud of every song I ever did. It doesn't matter if they get many clicks or none. But some songs, I guess, I think is really good, but they didn't stand a chance here or there. So, it's just weird because I never know what's going to be a hit or if it's going to be good. I mean, I never even aim to try to write hit songs. I just try to write catchy songs with a good groove that I would like to hear. And if it's good enough for me, then I definitely can share it with people, So that's my main important thing. But yeah. So and then you go like, wow, okay, Shut Your Mouth. I knew it was gonna be some kind of a hit. I mean, fucking Tragedy was playing it live, That was kind of crazy. They sampled the keyboards in there and stuff. So that one became insanely big as well in the 90s, 2000s. And the ringtones and shit like that, and you were like, what the fuck is this? Coming from Hypocrisy purely, and then suddenly all this attention, I would say. So I don't know if people want to listen to I would listen to the new album and go backwards maybe. Then you can hear a development. Or you want to start with the first one, but maybe you start skipping songs then. I don't know. I have no clue. It's really hard to say, but I'm really proud of the new album, for sure.
Yeah.
Today, at least.
I mean, in your stellar career so far, obviously you've been around for quite a while in the music industry. What advice would you give to aspiring producers or musicians coming up in the genre?
Learning by doing. And I would say musicians and bands in general, get a good booking agency and a good lawyer that works with music, not with your neighbor's carpenter, It's got to be niche to music, and make sure you don't sign a slave deal. And if you have a good booker, you have a bigger chance to be seen. I mean, it's great with these digital platforms nowadays that you can advertise on X and whatever, but there's so many of it. So it's so hard when you scroll through. There's new bands all the time with 5 likes here and there, and you don't pay enough attention to that. So I think it's better to try to get into opening up for bands on your local place and build it from there on and things. And, write songs all the time because they only get better, I think. The more you write and the more you sing, the more you practice and so on. And when it comes to producing nowadays, it's so much easier. You can go out on YouTube and they will explain to you how to be a producer, But I think maybe it's in the genes as well. You know, if you had the ear to understand the whole thing, which is good if you're musicians from the beginning. You know, so you can see it from that point of view as well. So it's really hard to say, but definitely musicians and shit, just practice, writing. It can only get better. Every time you write a song, the next song will be better as well, I think. At least up to a certain degree.
Yeah.
You can only get better, and that's what you need to do. And you need to get your muscle memories in there, and that means practice as a vocalist or a guitarist or drummer, and then out and play.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. One last question from myself. When you first started out in the music world, you know, whether it be when you were young, getting into Hypocrisy, getting into Pain and everything, did you ever think this is where your life would end up today?
No, I don't know what the hell I was thinking, to be honest. I just took day by day, and I've been loving every moment of it. I mean, when I was producing bands, there's maybe one or two bands that I didn't had a smile on my face when I went to work. So it's very rarely that you don't feel like you want to go and work, you know, because the band is weird or it's not good or whatever, you know. So I was very lucky to work with all these guys and girls. So I mean, for me, yeah, I'm very spoiled, put it that way. To have this, I'm not asking to live in a fucking mansion or anything. I just like to do what I do, and if I can pay the bills with it, that's success, I would say, for yourself. And then if you have $5 afterwards when you're done with your bills and your belly is full, that's good.
Totally agree.
Absolutely agree. Incredible.
Yeah. I mean, we all have different aims. I want to be the biggest rock star, and well, okay, you go for it. You know, you shoot all the way. If you come half, fucking great, man.
Got halfway further than you would if you didn't try.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
I never really had that. I mean, yeah, when I was a kid, before I started playing, I wanted to be a superstar. But the more I got into this, the less I wanted to be seen. So, in a way, you know, it wasn't so fun. And I saw also working with Till, you know, you can't fucking go anywhere. You can't do anything. And it's like, ooh, I'm so happy where I am. Trust me. I'm really happy where I am.
Peter, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us today.
Hey, thank you guys.
We've had an absolute blast talking to you. Really have.
Yeah, definitely.
And
time flies, you know.
It really does.
And hope to see you guys in. How many shows did we do with Hollow Effect? I can't remember. In UK.
I think there's about.
Anyhow, just go out on Pain Band and Instagram and blah 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 and check it out. So I think it will be a great tour.
Absolutely. You're playing not far from me, so I think I'm going to go check out one of those shows. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is that
looking forward?
Before we let you go, though, any plug social medias, websites, anything you want people to go and check out?
Well, obviously follow our stuff. You know, I have an official one that it seems like it works better than the other ones. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm in both bands, but if you want to have some news, or like now we played with Sweden Rock, they're posting shitloads from that. If people are interested to see what we look like live and shit like that. So, and that's on Pain Band. Otherwise you get to headache and leg ache and things like that. So you have to put that band afterwards. Otherwise they tell you to smoke a lot of grass and just go to sleep, you know. Why not? It's not a bad idea, man.
No. With you all the way.
Yeah. So and the same thing with Hypocrisy. Otherwise you get to American Senate, you know, Hypocrisy. Or the English.
Yeah.
Or the French, or the Swedish, or the whole fucking West world. You know, so I mean, yeah. I mean, kids are clever. They know more than I do how to find things. So
very true. Fair play.
Yeah. All right.
Wonderful.
Well, great talking to you guys, and thank you for having me. And see you out there somewhere.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Peter, thank you so much, my friend.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Hey, thank you guys.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you soon.
Take it easy.
Yeah, you too. Have a great one.
You too, man.
Cheers.
Take it. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
I was stood at Waitrose roundabout. I think it was me and Emily. We're going somewhere. And as I was going to cross over, no one fucking indicated. And there were so many cars, and I was going to go every time, and no one was indicating, going like, look at one there. And I was just like, fucking indicate. Oh, but we shop at Waitrose, darling. No one indicates here. We are too posh, too special, too rich to give a fuck about you peasants. If you get hit, it's 100 points for me. I don't mind. And I can still go get my organic tomatoes.
Fucking Waitrose. I'll never forget going into Waitrose, and I simply wanted to buy a pot noodle. Fuck knows why. I couldn't find one anywhere. I was like, is this shop that posh you can't find a pot noodle?
I love God, I'm absolutely dying for a pot noodle. Where do I need to go? Waitrose, they'll have pot noodles.
Exactly. I can't remember my mentality at the time. I just remember going in there for a pot noodle.
Chicken and mushroom, £7.50.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, 200 mil.
Couldn't find a fucker anywhere.
No, of course you didn't, because, darling, no. Not only do we not indicate, we don't have shit food here either, sweetheart, okay? Ours only gets imported from the finest lands. And then we charge you £3.15, which no longer exists anymore, so nobody can buy our shit, because we're too posh for all of you little poor fuckers. So sorry about that.
£3.50.
But Jamie,
Anyway.
my heart has been slightly warmed.
Okay.
Granted, Scotland are out of the Euros, okay,
Yes.
and I think everybody saw that coming, bar me, and bar Matt Sweeney, guest from last week, because it's the hope that kills you, is what he told me, and I was like, you know, I think he pretty much bang on, because I went to this tournament thinking, do you know what, we've got a bit of a chance here. I think we're going to do all right.
Yeah.
But to lose, right, in the 100th minute is just heartbreaking. Last kick of the fucking game.
That is heartbreaking.
We hit the post, we hit the bar, we had some unbelievable chances, but too defensive. We're just too scared. We're too cagey, too defensive, didn't want to go on it. We had to win the game, and we just didn't look like we wanted to win it. Basically, is what it came down to. But like I said, my heart has been warmed slightly by the fact that England was drawn with Slovenia. Now, I normally get a lot of shit for this. I don't really give a fuck. So, you know, we've been knocked out and you've been given all the shit for us getting eliminated. So, yeah, can't beat a country with a population of 2.2 million. Interesting. And England have been fucking diabolical. And it's quite pleasant to watch after everyone keeps shouting and screaming about it's coming home. Yeah, you will be in the next round. So, that's all I've got to say about that. So, anyway, Jamie, what do you think is worse? Either having like a sort of rash type skin thing where you can't scratch the fuck but it itches so much you want to, or choking on bacon fat when you haven't swallowed it properly.
Oh, I'm gonna say the bacon fat one.
Really?
Simply because you can get over that quicker, I feel like.
Do you panic, or how do you react when that happens?
Oh, I panic like fuck. I think it's part of the reason I cut my fat off my bacon now. But
is it hand straight in and pull out?
Yeah, you need to, don't you? Or get a first you get a drink, like, is this isn't helping? And you try and get some in the hook, cling onto it.
I don't have something to do. I bring it back. I'm like, no, you're coming back out and we'll start again. We will start this process again. I will chew more. Make sure it's all churned into a little ball and then go, well, and then do a massive swallow and throw the head back. That's what I go for. The only reason I ask is because I've experienced both of these things today. I love being ginger. Don't get me wrong. It's absolutely wonderful and it makes me happy. However, it's the hottest day of the year today so far. It was 28 here, something, I think.
Yeah.
And me and Emily went for a lovely little picnic in Pittman Park. And she was like, make sure you put some cream on. I brought you some sun cream. I was like, thank you so much. Cover myself in sun cream. And Jamie, I've come out I did a put over to see it on these because of this ring light. I am covered in heat rash and prickly heat. I'm fucking arms and legs. I want to rip them off. It's driving me insane. So talking a lot is helping because I'm not thinking about it. Even though I'm talking about this specifically right now, it's helping to ramble because I'm forgetting the fact that I just want to rip my skin off.
I get what you mean. Yeah, you don't react well to the sun, though. We all know this. So.
Or sun cream, weirdly. I thought I was allergic. Apparently, I'm not.
Okay.
But yeah, I've still come out in massive fucking bumps.
You should have sat in the shade. There's some big ash trees in Pitbull Park.
Dude, we sat in the shade.
Oh, that's even worse. Fucking hell.
But we went for a walk after. So, yeah, absolute bullshit.
Yeah, this heat today is bullshit. It's funny, we all moan it's too cold, and then it's hot and we moan about it.
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. I just can't fucking win. I don't put cream on, I burn. I put cream on, I come out in prickly heat. Or heat rash, whatever the fuck you call it. Like, literally, I look like I've got a disease. It's kind of worrying.
What's the expression? Sun's out, ginger's in.
Yes, pretty much. I might now have to cower under the. I might have to go to work now while it's dark and get there now.
Avoid the sun.
And wait to avoid the sun.
Just go chill out with the Sainsbury's night team.
Or just turn to the fucking Crow or something else. Be like, I don't know, cover myself in, put the hoods up. Monk. Be a monk, yeah, cover myself in hoods, the whole works.
Walk into an umbrella while it's blistering heat.
You touch me, no. I can't. I will burn. I will melt. I will melt. Help me. I wonder if all gingers just do that. So there's some of us rocking outside with an umbrella and it's like, I can't go. I just can't make it. We're not going to make it. Stephen, stay here. We're not going to make it. That's literally what's going to happen. The bacon fat thing happened to me earlier as well. But I had a weird, I managed to get hold and pull, but I went really slow and it was kind of weirdly nice. I don't know why. I kind of enjoyed it.
That's not normal.
It's a new kink, obviously. Bacon fat. Get it in me, get halfway down my throat, then just pull it out really fucking slowly. Let's go on. Oh, yeah. Clearly enjoyed it.
I mean, I'm not going to kink shame if you're into that, but to me, that's a bit odd.
You did say, "Are you ready to record?" And it says, "I'm gonna wank." That's what you know.
No, that's what you that's bacon earlier.
Yeah, it's just with bacon. I was there, not holding my throat. I was just putting it out my mouth, like, oh, whilst going at the same time. Kids probably watch this. Sorry about that. I'm not. Well, I'm not sorry at all, actually. So yeah. But I don't get this right. Have you ever found this? Why? I'm going to bring up toilets again. Can people not shit properly in public?
Oh.
Well, how do you miss? How do you miss?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I have a real pet peeve when it comes to men's public toilets. Like, how the fuck are we all that useless that we can't aim, whether it's the front or the back? Aiming is gone. It's almost like you walk into the cubicle, the porcelain's right in front of you, and you go into the corner of the cubicle. Yeah. I just go, this will be fine. I'll just aim. Fuck it, I'll aim. And it doesn't make any sense. And it's always people that have really bad shits. They're not full blown solid whole pieces. It's just fucking everywhere. Yeah, it's like someone shot in the head. Yeah. And that's the poo splatter. Do you know what I mean? That's literally what it looks like. Like Dexter's gonna fucking walk in and be like, right, I see what's going on here. Do you know what I mean? Fucking yeah. Get the forensic team down here. Look at the splatter lines here. Look at it does my fucking nothing because I obviously got Olivia take her into a public toilet. I'm like, hold on, kid, I've got to clean some motherfucker's piss off the seat before you can have a wee. Yeah, it's disgusting. Men of the world, sort your fucking life out. Oh, it angers me. But can you imagine that? Like, he shot at a 55-degree angle, more towards the left side. So I believe he was pushed. Yeah. Cause of death, pushing. Time of shit. So yeah. But the best thought I had, and I want to thank absolutely every console maker in the world for this. Do you think the constant autosave feature on games consoles was designed for when babies and toddlers kept turning the fucker off? Oh, possibly. Oh, absolutely. Because yeah, it's a fucking nightmare. I love autosave. Yeah, because obviously you have 4 children, so you know where I'm coming from with this. I have obviously never experienced. I've watched other people experience this when I've been around their houses with their children around, and especially my sister.
So my brother-in-law plays a lot of FIFA, and fuck me, they love a button.
Another button, I lie.
I wonder if kids are going, they're not paying attention to me. Time to fuck up their day.
Yep. That's why if you want to play a video game, you've got to distract the child or something else. Although if it's Olivia, she ends up watching me instead of what she's doing and go, can I have a turn? And then yeah,
you've hit that point now.
Yeah.
You can't even distract her with the fake controller thing where it's not even working. No.
She's like, you play on your tablet and daddy will play his game. Okay. What are you doing? Can I have a go at that? I'm like playing my wrestling game. I was like, she's going to get obliterated if I put her in this. Fine, let's find the performance center. There you go.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Bless her. But yeah, absolutely. I also think there needs to be a thing in video games. I've seen this before. I can't think it's a TikTok I saw it, and it's the greatest idea that needs to happen. When you haven't played a video game for ages, and it just recaps you on the controls, where you are in the story. Because the amount of games I've had to give up on because it's been that long since I played it, I don't know what's happened. I don't know what I'm doing.
Just go back and just wing it.
I probably could, but yeah. At the same time, I feel like I've got this far. I don't want to start again.
Yeah, fair. No, I mean, wing it. Just go from where you are. Just.
I have tried that before. I think it was Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, that I loaded it up. I was like, I haven't played this in ages. This game is great. Literally loaded it. Mission started, and I got killed within about 2 seconds. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what I'm in the middle of.
That's the worst save ever.
Literally every time I put it on, dead. I was like, fuck you, and changed it, turned it off.
Do you know, I remember when obviously I think PS4 was the first console to have it with autosave. But I always went back to save it, and then there were so many saves because of autosave. I was like, wait, hang on, which one's my save? Which one's my one I've done? There's like 15 here. What the fuck is this? And then realised it saves it regardless of where you are. It's kind of nice. Yeah,
I do always have that paranoia moment where I still save my game, even though I know it saved it for me. I still save it just in case.
Nice.
Yeah.
What? Just before I want to move on, I just want to bring up one thing. So last week you pissed me the fuck off with this meant to be parasite shit or whatever the fuck it was, right? Yes. Okay. Something else is really fucking annoying me this week.
What's this?
If anyone else does that Hawk Tuah shit, I'm gonna fucking murder you.
That Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing, you get me?
I am completely on board with this, sir. I was actually going to bring this up myself. Why is this so famous?
I don't know. Because everyone loves a filthy, dirty girl, don't they? So, she talks about spitting all over her dick, and it's like, yeah, absolutely. But my fucking God.
It's everywhere.
Calm down. Just calm down. But yeah, it's funny the first time, but oh my God. I watched a guy actually do it in fucking loads of different accents. Like, what the fuck is going on here? What's happened? What's happened to the world, Jamie?
It just, I don't understand it, because you've got one half of the people are going, everyone's so sensitive, you can't talk about anything nowadays. And then on the other hand, you've got everyone and their mother making reference to a blowjob joke. I don't get it.
It was funny the first time I saw it when Smitchy brought it up. Now it's not funny anymore.
No.
Calm your tits. Just chill out. Hasn't she made hats from it and like merch for it now and stuff?
Oh, there's tons. There's absolutely fucking tons.
Jamie, what is going on with this world?
I thought there was more to it. Like, I was talking to my mate Matt earlier, and I was like, I've seen all these parodies. I've never seen the actual original video. And he sent it me, and it's literally like 3 seconds long. I was like, why is this so popular? I don't get it. I'm really confused on this joke. Maybe I'm just too old for this. I don't know. But I have a stupid sense of humour, so I don't know.
I think I'd rather a fucking Cosy lives right now. Do you know what I mean? Than that. I don't know. It's so backwards. And all I can think of is that in about 30 or 40 years' time, when people start talking, I'm going to be like, yes. And that's it.
This Hawk Tuah is going to give you a mentee bit any minute.
Let's go. I think. Yeah.
Sure.
Have I just agreed to sacrifice a goat to the great god Imhotep? What is going on here? Why are you taking my leg? What? Why you put me onto a spit roast? What have I agreed to here? And now why are you tattooing my gooch? So that's what I think is going to happen.
Probably.
It's like we won't be British anymore because the language would have changed. Oh God, I'd hate. School would definitely be different. Fucking hell.
Yeah. I always think about it sometimes. Like, what the fuck are my eventual grandkids gonna do in school? I like, dread to think.
Why is that noise?
I don't know. It sounds like something. I can't think what. Hang on. Home. Shit up.
It sounds like something. I can't think what.
Oh, God. Home Improvement with Tim Allen. As that noise was in the opening of it. That's what it sounded like.
Okay. South Callum's Treachings.
No.
Do you want to know something? Callum will be able to tell you in Callum's Treachings.
Is cereal soup?
Ooh.
Hello, this week's Treachings come from the set of my own podcast, That Gym Couple Podcast, that I host with my partner Lucy, where we discuss all things gyms, fitness, gym anxiety, and a bunch of other stuff in between. If you do have the opportunity to come and check us out at That Gym Couple Podcast on Spotify and YouTube, we'd very much appreciate it.
It got me off. I was going to bring some up.
Do after. It's fine.
It's fine.
Callum's back. Doing the
he is.
usual. Don't know why my hands are up. Game show wave. You've had a game show wave for ages.
I went on that ages.
WhatsApp. Jamie's WhatsApp, everybody.
Oh,
Press pause. Press pause and now zoom in.
Bit behind the scenes.
Zoom in, have a little gander. What is Callum Treachings this week?
The main character in the film Groundhog Day is really lucky that he didn't wake up with diarrhea that morning.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that's up there. That's a golden treat.
Oh, that'd be fucking horrendous. You'd be like, I don't want to sleep. Gary, I don't want to go to... Oh, bollocks. Imagine it's like... we've been talking about shit already. We might as well keep talking about shit.
Why not?
Imagine it's like really fucking bad as well, where you're like really ill and it just never stops. It's like a river. Just put a cork in it, please.
And he can't actually sort his day out because he just can't get off the fucking toilet.
The
to
movie
make
would
this
never
stop
end.
happening.
The movie would never end. That's it. It's just him on the toilet the entire time. And all you hear at the end is the door closing, like really slowly, just him going. That's all you hear at the end of it.
So you just hear the toilet flush.
Yeah. And as the twist is like, oh my God, it's over. I'm done. I'm like, yeah. That's the twist of the story. That's fucking fantastic, that is. Oh, gotta be awful.
Hilarious.
Isn't there a horror movie one where she dies every time and wakes back up to get killed again? I'm pretty sure.
Does sound very familiar, yeah.
They obviously looked at Groundhog Day and went, let's make a horror movie.
What is that? That sounds really familiar, and I can't think what it is.
Did they do two? I can't remember now.
I don't know.
Let me have a little Google.
What, 2 Groundhog Days?
No, as in like they did 2 of those horror movies.
Oh, I'm with you, sorry.
No, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if fucking Groundhog Day 2 comes out.
Oh, wouldn't fucking surprise me.
And it'd be the exact same movie. And that'd be fucking superb.
That would be brilliant.
That would be genius on a whole new fucking level.
I found out the other day they're doing Dodgeball 2. Why?
Is it Happy Death Day or something?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, it's about.
There you go. Who needs Google?
Yeah, fuck you, Google, prick. Dodgeball. I saw the Goonies too, possibly.
Yeah.
And I'm just a bit like, why?
Why? Don't need it.
Right, it's like, Seems to be like every idea's done.
Pretty much.
Right, let's do Shrek 5.
Oh, that's blatantly going to get another fucking sequel at some point. We all know.
Apparently it is.
Oh, there we are. See,
I literally saw before we came on Shrek 5 and Donkey's getting his own spin-off movie.
Fucking.
And I'm just like, why?
Just
bleed the franchise. You don't need to touch it anymore.
No,
I just don't. I don't get it. We just live in such a lazy world.
And let's be honest, kids these days aren't interested in Shrek. That's for us. That's for people our age. Yeah. Like little kids ain't interested in Shrek. It's been and gone.
So crazy, dude, how everything's getting rehashed now.
Yeah. Bullshit.
But still, yeah. Anyway, what else has Callum treated us this week?
Gamers have an enormous amount of geographical knowledge of places that don't actually exist.
Yeah. Because obviously maps now are so fucking massive.
They are fucking huge, aren't they? It's crazy.
Red Dead's one, Final Fantasy's another.
Yep.
What else has got like PUBG, Call of Duty,
as I say, GTA games.
GTA, yeah. Nuts.
Even like games like Mario, like you learn
GTA exists. GTA exists. GTA does exist because it's like Los Angeles and shit, isn't it? And you go to the beach and stuff, and it's all mapped out how America's mapped out. I swear it is.
Maybe, I don't know.
Is it?
I have no idea. I know Forza Horizon, those games have got massive maps as well.
Fallout,
yeah. Everyone knows them, and it's mad because people literally find all these Easter eggs on the maps and they know exactly where they're going. I'm like,
but yeah, you ask them a general knowledge question, they ain't got a fucking clue. Which is crazy, man. I always wonder how people come up with like new languages for like Skyrim and stuff and like world name. It must be a really fascinating job in a way.
It must be.
So, do you know what I mean? To be like, okay, I want you to make me a world and make up all the town names.
It must be pretty cool actually to sit there and think of all those.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, The Witcher's another.
Yeah,
and then the Assassin's Creed game. There's so many now. There's pretty much every fucking game that's not RPG. That is RPG. Sorry.
I bet Warcraft as well, because those are big fucking games. I bet there's like big ass maps on them that people have memorized.
Warcraft I never got because it never ended.
Yeah, it's not my sort of thing. But
it's just like, let's all get together to raid and kill a massive beast.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then do it on the regular. And people lost their lives to that game, didn't they?
Yeah, people. I think I've heard of people losing relationships because of their obsession with playing that game.
Fucking hell. Yeah. That should be the next Tommy Avalone documentary.
Yes, it should.
Warcraft.
Yes, it definitely should.
There's got to be. I mean, the South Park episode's superb on that.
Oh,
there's got to be something where it's like people. Didn't someone die over it?
Yeah, I think I heard someone didn't leave their room or starve to death or something because of it.
Isn't there a documentary where someone got killed in the game and they got so upset by it they threatened to kill the person and sent SWAT teams in to like arrest them and stuff? I swear it's on Netflix. I swear this is a thing. I swear to God.
Possibly. It does sound like something that would happen.
And then someone got killed because of it. There was like a shooting, yeah. Because someone was so pissed off they got killed in Call of Duty or something of those sort. I swear there's a documentary about it.
I don't know.
Mental, right? Mental.
But the worrying thing is I've sat there and just gone, yeah, that's probably happened. There's not a shadow of doubt in my mind that's happened.
The world is mental, dude. Yeah. I was talking to somebody at work on Sunday. I had to work Sunday, bullshit. And we were talking about how like technology is so far advanced now that if you don't have your phone on you, you're fucked. So he told me that his daughter had her phone store in London and she had everything on it. So that she was stranded in the middle of London. And I'm like, that's insane. Like, because you don't remember phone numbers anymore.
Nope.
Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, what the fuck do you do in that? I imagine you call the police, obviously, but still, it's like, what do you do in that instance? Because like your world is on your handheld device.
I literally don't know what to do. The only telephone number I have memorized is my own for some reason.
Yeah, same.
So I wouldn't know how to get hold of anyone. You'd probably have to go find like a fucking internet cafe or some shit like that.
Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, I don't know how I should do it.
So crazy, man. It's scary.
I feel like we all need to put something in our wallets actually with like next to kid numbers on it or something.
That's not a bad idea.
It's not, is it? I might actually do that now we've had this conversation.
I think that's a really good idea. Anyway, we'll go to the fight. And finally, Jamie, what is Callum treating us this week?
We'd all get a lot more done if humans had a natural mating call.
Would we though? We've talked about this plenty of times in the show. But would we get more done?
I don't know. It's probably
probably
not.
Of, like trying to attract a mate and stuff. Is that what you say? Like trying to attract girls or try to attract a lady to, you know? Or is he talking about if we fuck faster, or if I know you're up for it, we can get a lot more done because we can fucking get on with it?
I guess it's more like you put all that effort into talking to someone, or nowadays messaging them on Tinder, to then just get rejected. If they just made a mating call and you went over and job done, really, you could save a lot of time, wouldn't you?
So let's ask this question again now. I think we've asked it like 4,000 times. What would it be?
Oh, God.
So obviously South Park did the for men, didn't they?
Yes. I have no idea what a woman's would be.
Come on, a dude's would be. Or hotter.
That would be the girls' one. It was the girl that did in that video. So
yeah. Hotter.
Hawk Tuah is the girls' mating call. There we go.
That's the face they pull as well.
Imagine that girl being in a club and girls just standing there in a circle.
Oh.
So you know you can approach them.
But what would happen if you put your mating call out, but you attracted the wrong one? You were looking at a different one, and another one. Like, you'd be fucked, wouldn't you? Or maybe I don't think you'd really care with it naturally. Like, I need to get garden done. There you go, sorted. Let's go. I've got plants to plant. I've got shit to do. I'll tell you what, give me your hand. Wank into it. Here you go. Let's become. Just throw it inside you. I've got shit to do, love. There's my seed. Fuck off.
Oh, fucking hell. I don't even know what to add to that. That's just...
Yeah, imagine that's such a weird way of how we mated. If a woman's put her hand out and you just like put your cum in her hand, it's just like shoved her hand inside herself. Done. It'd be so shit, wouldn't it? But
God, the world is that wouldn't be very fun, would it?
I imagine sometime in the future the way of mating will be through fucking TikTok or something.
It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. It's the way it's going. Whoever has the funniest videos on TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, Terry, sorry, excuse me. Callum, mate. Beautiful.
Absolutely glorious.
We absolutely fucking love him. What was it you wanted to talk about before I so rudely cut you off?
I was just going, you know how before we've mentioned weird TV tropes that make no fucking sense?
Okay.
I was watching something the other day. I can't remember what it was now. I always found
good.
Yeah, clearly. Why is it people, when they invite someone in their house for an awkward conversation, they have to wait till they're finished making a cup of coffee before they can have a conversation?
Because coffee and tea solves everything. It makes everything better.
I want to know what happens in that interlude, because in the film it's always like, all the programs like, come inside, have a cup of coffee or whatever, and then you see them sat there about to start the conversation with a cup of coffee, and like, what was that in between bit like? You sit there in dead silence, waiting for the kettle to finish boiling so you can start your conversation.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, can I just? No. I told you. I'll make the coffee first, then we'll have a talk. Oh, okay, no worries.
It's like a really serious conversation. Like, no, we can't talk about it yet. Not until that kettle's boiled.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Not until I've actually made this brew can you speak. Even though I invited you guys to talk to you, you do not get to speak first. I will reveal the bad news first, but I've made this first, okay?
It made more sense if they're like, take a seat, I'll bring a drink in. But they're often sat in the kitchen, around those like kitchenette things, literally right next to each other. They could start the conversation already, straight away.
I love it. Just
what are they doing?
Yeah, that's fine. Just closes her lips.
I'll decide.
Fuck, it's Enrique in here. Jesus Christ. Don't tremble.
I was thinking that we were doing that. I was like, oh, we've spoken about this before. What was that from? Enrique. Enrique, the creepy pervert.
Yeah. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm absolutely shattered. I am roasting fucking hot. But other than that, yeah, I'm good.
It's a warm one, isn't it?
It's a very warm one. And travel days always knacker me out. So when there's extra heat, I'm like, yeah.
How was the train?
Hot. I expected it wasn't that bad, to be fair, on coming back, because they actually decided to turn air conditioning on. But the way there was like a sweatbox.
Especially when you have all those people in there as well.
Yeah.
All those bodies and all that breath.
Yeah. Luckily, the train I got in Birmingham, from Birmingham to Birmingham City Centre, is one of the new ones. So like lovely and wide and air conditioned. I was like, get used to this. Not one of the shitty old ones, so I was quite happy with that.
Good. Yeah. Good, I'm pleased.
But yeah, other than that, I'm just fucking tired. What about you, my friend?
Why are you so tired?
Coming off nights, and yeah, it's been a nightmare. Like, I couldn't get any sleep yesterday because of having children before you sing your little song. Yeah. So yeah, and then
What should you
do? The child has decided to get chickenpox, so she can't leave the house. So yeah, I've had to stay at home and look after her because I couldn't send her to school. So I came home from work, had about an hour on the sofa, and then she got up, and I spent the day with her.
I mean, I know how she fucking feels at this moment. There's
Yeah.
fucking heat right going on. So yeah.
Bless her though, she's done well. Like, normally you say to a kid, "Don't scratch it," and then they're like, "Well, no one's looking," but she's done really well. She's been doing the technique we do with the tattoo. She's been sat there, she's like, "It's itchy, daddy." Play, so she's done well, and I've never seen that many chicken pox in a human in my fucking life. Bless her.
It's itchy. All right, just let me sort that out for you.
I could do with a nap, so 2 birds.
Yeah, we don't condone violence on children.
No, we don't condone.
Only messing, only joking. Everybody, TikTok people out there, ban podcast equipment. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we feel.
Gotta love a hate comment, but yeah. How about you, my friend? How are you?
Fine, absolutely fine. Just I've had 2 days off, so it's kind of weird. Like, I haven't had 2 days off in a row in like ever.
Yeah, that's good.
No, so it's kind of nice. So I feel like I feel chill and I feel relaxed, but I don't at the same time because I've been busy. So it's like, yeah, it's weird. Like, I wanted to relax this morning, and I thought, fuck, Em's coming over, I better wake up. So I looked, she's like, I'm going to be late. I was like, fuck, I could have slept a bit longer. God damn it. But it's all good. That's really nice. Yeah, I'm fine. Excuse me. So ready for trees now. Can't wait for trees in a couple of weeks. Someone's left their phone.
Oh, I left it on vibrate.
Jesus
My bad.
Christ, awful. Fucking
Mute.
awful.
The mute's on.
Poor. So poor.
Do apologise.
No, you don't. You fucking look at it now like I'm talking to you, you little
Oh, I
bastard.
didn't actually.
So I saw your eyes glance. Everyone saw your eyes glance.
I was turning the vibrate off.
So I said that later. But yeah, man, I'm all right. I'm absolutely fine. Just I don't know. It's weird. I just feel the heat just like wipes me out.
No, I know what you mean.
So I've been enjoying watching the Euros, bar Scotland, obviously.
Wow.
God, that was diabolical. Yeah. We should have had a penalty as well, but never mind. It's all that we should have, what if bullshit now. So I'm not going to bother. We got voted the greatest fans at the tournament by the German police and the German people. So fuck you all. That'll do me.
Win.
Yeah, exactly. So what have you doing yourself, my friend?
Mostly Rihannaing, to be fair. As I was writing my notes before we came on, I was like, what have I done this week? And pretty much just Rihannaing. I've just been working nights. As I said, the kids got chicken pox, so we've not been able to do anything, go out or anything. And I went to see the kids today, as I already said.
How was that?
That was nice. Went for a walk.
Where'd you go?
Nice.
Just for some reason,
B&M, to be fair.
Oh, I fully expected to see you in Pittville. I don't know why.
Nah, fuck that. All the kids hate that park, so I don't have to go there again. It's great.
Oh, it was dead. So
really? So I suppose it's that hot on a school day, but yeah, it was nice. Just a quick walk, and that's pretty much it. Really, not really done much. What about yourself? You been up to much?
No. Me and Emily, I saw her yesterday and I saw her today. We did a tip run yesterday. We've been sorting out all the charity stuff for work. We've got like a massive charity weekender coming up. It's like a big football tournament going on at Bishop's Cleeve Football Club. And we're doing like a big Specsavers thing, but I've got like fuckloads of prizes. And they're like, oh, we need people to come rant and rave and shout about it. And I was like, I can do that for you. So I'm working Saturday, but on Sunday I'm going down to do it for the day. So yeah, big shout out to Cal. He sorted me out with some prizes from Everlast, which is sick.
Hero.
Yeah, absolute legend. My brother-in-law as well. He also sorted me out with some prizes for the football. He's a director of a football coaching company, and that sort of thing. So yeah, so there's like some decent shit, which is always kind of nice. So we're doing that. We went to Pittville for a picnic today, like I said. What else we've been doing? Been watching Kin.
Oh yes.
Oh mate, season 2 is insane.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
It's unreal. Like, it's unbelievable. There was a scene I watched episode 6 today. That I struggled. I really struggled to watch it. It made me feel quite uncomfortable and sick.
Oh, okay.
It's really good. Got 2 episodes left, and I'm absolutely like, oh my fucking god, what's going to happen? So and none of you watched Kin, it's on BBC iPlayer and it's on Netflix. Get it in your face. Our wonderful friend of the show and hero Baz Black is in it as well. And you just need to get on it. It's Jamie-esque superb. It's so good. So I highly, highly, highly recommend. So we've been watching that together. That's been kind of nice. I watched Scotland game with her on Sunday night. That was poor. But she made some banging food, so I can't complain. So yeah, man, that's about it. Just Rihanna more than anything else. We haven't interviewed because obviously the Euros are on right now. So yeah, not a whole lot. So a lot really going on, to be quite honest with you.
Quiet weeks all around.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Braden from Say We Can Fly. Just letting you know, got a brand new merch store out there.
Please let me say the link. Let me say the link, please.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yes, you can say the link. Yes, all right. Okay. So the link for the shop.
So the link for the shop is www.saywecanfly.shop.
All right, good job, Seamus. So www.saywecanfly.shop, 10% off if you use the code.
Let me say the code, please.
Okay, fine. You can say the code. If you use the code.
The code is The Chronicles.
What? No, it's not.
The Chronicles.
No, it's not. It's The Chronicles, Seamus.
Yeah, that's what I said.
The Chronicles at checkout, all right? You get 10% off.
10% off?
Yes, they know. They know, Seamus. Okay?
I'm just trying to help, all right?
Visit www.saywecanfly.shop and use code The Chronicles for 10% off your order. Available at participating Say We Can Fly restaurants and web stores. Some restrictions may apply, but probably not.
Let's participate.
Oh. Mama, Mr. Stevens. Mama, Mr. Stevens.
What's that?
This week's guest, Party in My Head by Pain.
Oh, nice. You are the Jamie man. You come from down the way, and can you play? What can you play? We participate. Participate, bitch. Participate with Jamie.
Enjoyed that very much.
Thank you. Good.
It's audience participation time.
Let's all participate, bitch. Participate. Let's all participate, bitch. Participate, bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to participate in Jamie's participation challenge. This is slowly become my favourite part of the week.
I like mine.
This week, inspired by me watching 10 Things I Hate About You, I realise you never see teen comedies anymore. So with that in mind, I'm asking, what is your favourite teen comedy movie? Any particular jokes or scenes? What say you, Mr. Stevens?
I did enjoy Road Trip.
Oh, Road Trip was great.
But I also like Van Wilder's Party Liaison as well. So it was difficult. The bit where Ryan Reynolds is wanking the dog off into those cream cakes is just one of the most glorious scenes ever. It's weird how you don't see these anymore.
You don't, do you?
I wonder if it's because people get offended by them now.
Possibly, but they were so fucking good. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, 10 Things I Hate About You, American Pie. Like, those two, there's so many amazing films.
There's American Pie's coming back.
Is it?
But they're doing it because they're all older now. It's just like called The Reunion or something. I don't know. They did a reunion. There's another one coming, but they're all older. Like,
okay.
Like older with kids and shit. So I think they are anyway. Might
could be interesting.
I don't know. So yeah,
you know the amount of things they're doing fucking sequels to these days. It could be. You'd never really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's get some audience answers. Oh, I didn't actually say mine, did I? My favourite one. I'm going to say this counts, but my favourite is not another teen movie. Like I could quote that fucking film back to front. It's so fucking funny.
Is that the shit on my chest one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just so damn good. Parody movie of all the other ones, which makes
yeah, that's disgusting. I can't believe no one has taken a shit in your chest. Yeah.
Me and Smitchy have literally most of our friendship is based on that film because we just quote it to each other all the fucking time. So good. Anyway, let's get some audience answers. Oddly enough, the first one is from Simon Mitchell, who says, not another teen movie. There's far too many scenes and jokes to choose from. Absolutely right, Mr. Mitchell. The wife, Becky Westwood, Bring It On. I barely remember that film. I remember it's a cheerleading film.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I can barely remember it, though. I feel like I may need to rewatch that one. It's been a while. Stephen Phillips says, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Great 80s answer. And he also says Scott Pilgrim. Is Scott Pilgrim count?
I've never seen it, so I can't tell you.
I suppose it is a teen comedy. They are teenagers. Yeah, we'll let it go. We'll let it slide. I'll agree with that one. Guest from last week, Kevin Rhodes John. For this, I'm going really old school and saying National Lampoon's Animal House. Looking back, politically incorrect, cringe-making at times, but the first time I saw it, it was absolutely fucking hilarious. Belushi shining through and double secret probation as one of the lines. I haven't seen that film in years.
No, I've seen it.
I've seen it, but a long time ago. Paul Payne, he's giving us a TV program. Bottom. I'm going to say Bottom's a teen comedy show. Yeah, it's that silly sense of humour that appeals to teenagers, I think. Joe Smith, I love American Pie. This one time at band camp, like that's got to be one of the most quoted lines from a film ever, surely.
It's iconic, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely is. Eric Brennan Hunt. When I want to sound cool, I say Dazed and Confused. If I'm being honest, 10 Things I Hate About You. Both great films. It's fine. Nina Hewitson. This one time at band camp. American Pie yet again. Phil Close. Weird Science. Kelly LeBrock. Every boy's right arm's girlfriend. Jude Milk, our friends from Acid Age, he says Bill and Ted and the hot chick. The hot chick is fucking hilarious as well.
I've never seen it, but Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted, Bill and Ted, Wayne's World, two of my most quoted films in life. Fucking brilliant. But the hot chick is brilliant. It's Rob Schneider, though. Rob Schneider's just great. Pretty Addicted joins in and says, Clueless, 10 Things I Hate About You, Mean Girls, Cruel Intentions, You Can't Make Me Choose. Sorry, Vicious, but we are making you choose. And I will give you one more. Last but not least, it's Mr. Mally Malpass. Does Pitch Perfect fall into this category? There's many notable trilogies, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Cornetto, Back to the Future, but I think Pitch Perfect might be the most perfect trilogy out of them all. The soundtracks are incredible and I sing along to them in the car all the time. Fucking fair play, Mally, because the Pitch Perfect films are great. I won't lie.
Never seen them.
I'm not sure I'm counting as a better trilogy than Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or Back to the Future, but you do you, Mally. You do you.
I knew Star Wars was coming on your face immediately as you said trilogy. Mind you, Star Wars isn't a trilogy anymore, isn't it? It's an octilogy.
It's 3 trilogies.
It's a non-trilogy. It's a non-ilogy.
Non-ilogy. I like that. Is that a word? Did you just make that up? It sounded made up.
Yeah. It's definitely made up. 100% made up, Jamie. Don't you know about that? Thanks to everyone who participated in Jamie's challenge.
It's about getting into schools and talking to young people because, I know that people can change. And it's about talking to people and getting them to understand and perhaps step back from violence and prejudice and whatever. And we just need to work together and keep on the good fight there.
Absolutely. Hey there, guys. We are ecstatically happy to announce that we are associated with the Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
The times are changing, and with the unfortunate death of Sophie, those changes have made a massive impact for the future. If Sophie was with us still today, I can guarantee what you are doing will still be reaching so many lives of young teenagers, young adults, and those who wish to be as different as possible. So thank you very much.
To find out more about this incredible foundation and all the work they do, and more importantly, how you can help, head on over to www.sophielancasterfoundation.com.
And funnily enough, we've got one segment left.
Yes, we do.
It's time for Tom's Journal. And welcome to another edition of Tom's Journal. Welcome to Tom's Journal. I don't know how real this conversation is. Okay? But it's called Landlord. And it just really made me laugh. All right?
Okay.
Dude, you are such a goated tenant. Yo, thanks, beast. I'm lowering your rent because you're such a chiller. Dude, fuck yeah. By the way, there's a ton of mold underneath the sink in the kitchen. Dude, that's so fucked up. I'll send a guy out. Do you want to fuck my wife?
You know how we were saying earlier how the future of the English language is fucked? That right there is a professional conversation in 20 years' time.
100%. 100%. Now, I'm not a fan of Friends. You love Friends, don't you?
I did enjoy Friends, yes.
Well, I'm about to fuck some shit up.
Oh.
What movie or TV show has a plot hole that can't be ignored? In the show Friends, Chandler and Joey love the movie Die Hard. And then Rachel starts dating Bruce Willis and they say fuck all.
Really true. I never really thought about it like that.
Oh dear.
That's a good point. Maybe they were too scared to say something.
Do you reckon?
Maybe. Just for the sake of this, I'm going to say yeah.
Okay. Ha! I went and wrote, "Will you marry me in the sand on a beach?" Hope it fucks up a couple's holiday.
That one you had a few weeks back was like standing outside restaurants and saying, "How could you?" At people?
Yeah.
It's fucking with everyone's relationships.
Jamie, like, I absolutely hate it when people are at your house and ask, "Have you got a toilet?" "No, Nancy, we just shit in the garden."
People do that. Instead of saying, "Where's the toilet? Have you got a loo?" Of course you do.
No, you just shit out front.
Ain't it weird to think we used to have outside toilets?
This entry comes from Jasmine from the Noise Cartel. "Don't invite me to the movies if you're going to act embarrassed when I pull a rack of ribs, fries, and cheesecake out my sweater."
Out my sweater. Not out of my bag, out my sweater. Fucking brilliant.
This is from Scottish Twitter. This really fucking made me laugh. "Junkies will take on any opportunity to spark up a conversation. I was on a bus and I sneezed, and he gives it, 'Some sneeze you've got on there, pal.'"
It's a double header because one, it's funny, and two, you know it's true.
Yeah.
You know that's happened.
Oh, so funny. Fuck it, that got me so bad. That was so good. Oh. So, Jamie, this lady came up to me this morning, walked up to the front desk to greet us before gasping loudly and saying, "I forgot my dog!" She forgot to bring her dog with her to the vet.
Did that actually happen? I feel like it must have.
Oh, that is fucking amazing. Oh, you just walk into a vet, like nonchalantly, like everything's totally fine, and there's no animal with you.
Yes, I've got an appointment for Fluffy. Fluffy? Fluffy!
Shit!
I've forgotten Fluffy.
Oh. Oh, James. Conversation that I found this really fucking made me laugh as well. "Love, I just can't sleep." "Why, what's up?" "I don't know, just got like so many important questions going on in my head right now." "Well, what like?" "Is the S or the C sign in the word scent? If you drop the soap on the floor, is it dirty or is the floor clean? How come our noses run but our feet smell? Why is it called chili if it's hot? If two mind readers read each other's minds, whose mind are they reading? And if I told you I'm lying in bed right now, aren't I actually telling you the truth?" Bruh.
Bruh. I mean, they're all very valid questions.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. My 8-year-old in my car today. "Do you want me to throw the confetti in my pocket?" Me, "No, wait, what? Not in the car. Wait, why have you got confetti in your pocket? 8-year-old, it's my emergency confetti. I carry it everywhere in case there's good news.
That should be a thing. That should definitely be a thing.
That. Hooray!
Everyone needs that. That is a great idea. It just randomly gives you good news.
It'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Right, I'll give you a couple more. Don't join in.
Okay.
Live, nothing wrong with me. Laugh, nothing wrong with me. Love, nothing wrong with me. Eat, something's got to give. Pray, something's got to give. Love.
Oh, you told me not to join in. You couldn't even keep it together to finish it.
I can't. I don't want to scream on here.
That's fucking brilliant.
Now, this last entry, as funny as it is, it's also fucking genius, and is a big like wake the fuck up to this generation these days.
Okay.
Attention, men. If you're feeling like you could do better than your girlfriend, create a Tinder profile with her pictures and see how many other men would be stoked to be in your shoes. I did it as a joke, and my girlfriend has 1,300 likes in an hour. I'm about to run her a bath, cook her a dinner, fold the laundry, rub her feet. You're a tripping man. I'm one man. I can't compete with 1,300 dudes trying to clap my girl's cheeks. Update. She's now at 1,865 likes now. I'm going to paint her toenails and buy her a pony. Update. 2,252 likes now. Anyone got any connections to purchase a baby cow? Update. I'm going to start matching with them and ask them for $20 each to finance this baby cow situation.
That fair play. That's genius.
What a legend. What an absolute hero of the highest fucking order. Because that was another edition of Tom's Journal.
That's his baby cow situation.
It's so fucking true, though, at the end of the day.
Very true.
Like, just, that's why I don't get why people do that shit these days.
No.
Anyway, we're not getting serious in this show. If you enjoy Jamie's participation challenge, Tom's Journal, Callum's Treachings there, I mean, I guess, really? And the interview, then you enjoy the other 136 editions of Chronicles of Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts from, be Google, Spotify, Apple, Heart Radio, Radio 1, I don't fucking know. They're all there somewhere. Most importantly, however, you need to come and subscribe to us on YouTube at The Chronicles of Podcast. Hit that bell to get notified when new videos are released and comment to your heart's content. And come onto our social media at TCO Pod. You'll find us everywhere: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Z, X, Y, P, whatever the fuck it's called now. We are absolutely everywhere. So most importantly, that's all social media at TCO Pod, and subscribe to us on YouTube at The Chronicles of Podcast. Yes, Jamie?
I want to say a massive thank you to a few of our friends. Every single piece of music you heard on today's edition was brought to you by the wonderful singer-songwriter Matt Roberts. Go check him out. All social medias at Matt Roberts Music, and go follow him on Spotify and listen to all his beautiful songs. And of course, you have to say a massive thank you to Mr. Braden Barry and his Say We Can Fly. Head on over to www.saywecanfly.shop. See what you like the look of. Add it to your basket. It could be signed lyrics, CDs, hoodies, no matter what it is. Add it to your basket. Enter that discount code, The Chronicles, and get 10% off your order. And of course, we have to say a massive thank you to the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, because they are stamping out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere. And I mean everywhere. This is not a UK issue. It's a global issue. People being treated differently because of the music they listen to and the way they dress. So head on over to SophieLancasterFoundation.com. Familiarise yourself with Sophie's story if you're not aware, and see what you can do to help this incredible charity who are helping people out there give a voice to the voiceless. And last but not least, a massive thank you to this beautiful co-host here.
That was sexy ending, that.
I know, I was quite happy with that. Cheers, CM Punk.
I think you surprised yourself.
I did a little bit.
Oh, CM Punk. Okay, no, you can't. No, you can't have it. Can't have it. Fuck you. You can't quote somebody else, then take it for your own credit.
No, I said it afterwards. I thought, where have I heard that? And then I realised where I heard it from.
Ah, boo. See, I was gonna suck. No, I wasn't. Damn it. Peter, thank you so much for being a wonderful, wonderful guest. It is incredible to talk to you. Very funny. Loved every single second of it. So thank you so much for joining us on the show. Make sure you go and check out Pain's new album right now. It's available on Spotify or wherever you get your music from. Jamie, another glorious episode in the bag. Edition.
Another glorious edition, indeed, my friend.
It's definitely editions. They're definitely not their editions.
Nope.
I do apologise to everybody that listens on the regular. They're definitely fucking editions. But as for this week, we're going to see you all next week for the Chronicles of William Rockwell.
Goodbye, everybody.
Ta-ta! Bye!